Let's get glam.
Hello, my little assassins. Today I'm bringing you this Reptar from Rugrats inspired look. My wife recently got me this Reptar shirt, so I was really into the color scheme, so I decided to do a little look based on those colors. But like always, first we are going to start off with our eyebrows. I'm just using an e.l.f. Defining pencil. It's not my favorite, but it was one of the first things I found and grabbed, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And this whole look is gonna include two palettes. I'm using the Athena palette by Bad Habit and the Saint Vincent and Red Cat Von D. So we will be working out of those two. I did kind of fast forward the whole video a little because I just felt like everything was a little repetitive. But if you guys need it a little less speeded up, then just let me know. I'm using the NYX concealer just to kind of conceal my brows, and also using it as a primer for the rest of my face. I'm using the Morphe concealer brush in the M472, I believe, or 71. One of those two. But I'm just going to conceal my brows. I kind of put a lot of product on there. It is a very thick product. It is very high coverage, full coverage, I guess we can say. So I kind of, whatever is on the brush, I'll go ahead and use over my own, my whole eye. Sometimes I'll dip into it twice just to kind of give me more opaqueness. I also use this other little like dome fluffy brush to kind of spread everything out. And make sure to blend it, and yeah. Just conceal your brows like you normally do. If you guys hear any noise in the background, I am so sorry. And then with the magic of editing, here we go. We have concealed both brows. So here we are. I'm going in first with the Athena palette, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the color Truth, and I'm going to pop that into my crease, and a little above my crease. This is going to be kind of like a transition shade. I don't put a lot of this color because I don't want this color to be too out there in the scheme. But it is a nice transition color. I use this a lot to transition, excuse me, between my colors whenever I use this palette. There's another couple other colors on here that I use for that as well, but that's pretty much my transition for everything, my go-to. And then I'm gonna go and use the color Heroic, which is a little, it's still a brown, but it has more red undertones. So it kind of comes off as a like orange color. I like it. I like to use it whenever I'm trying to do a like orange based look. And I'm just blending that in my crease on top of Truth, just to kind of use it as transition color as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Lore. Lore is more of an orange look. It's a little of a burnt orange. I didn't want the look to be too bright. Just, I kind of wanted this to be kind of like a everyday look. If you guys, use colors every day. So that's what I was trying to go for here. Again, this is just going into the crease and then bringing it onto the lid a little bit. We're just leaving a little space for another color. The shape of this, in my opinion, was a little sharp, but you can go ahead and do it in a half moon type look, whichever. That's really a personal preference. I kind of like my sharps for some reason. That's usually the go-to look I do, but again, this is up to you, however you want to give the shape of the eyeshadows. And then we're going to go ahead and use our Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette here. I love this palette, by the way. And then we are going to go for the color, this lime green color, which is called Exodus. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But it's a very lime green. It has a few shimmers into it. So I really liked it. I'm going to pop this onto our lid in that little space that we left. This is a little dense brush just so that I can pack the color on there. And it does give you a very bright green, not as bright as a look I had in a previous video, but it is bright enough. So we're just gonna put that all over our lid in the space that we left, going into our inner corner. I like to pack on a few coats just to make it bright without it being like a very bright lime green. And then I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush again, and I'm gonna use the color Devil, which is another brick orange color, to go ahead and kind of deepen the crease and the outer corner. And then we are going to use this blue color, which is called Ministry, and I'm going to pop that onto my lower lid, my lower lash line. Just a little, like 3/4 of the way maybe. I do want to put the that same green that we used, the Exodus, on our lid. I do want to bring it down. I didn't bring the orange down because I felt like it would just be too much for my personal preference, but you can definitely bring that orange down, and I'm sure it would complete the look even more. But that was just me. I just didn't want to bring it down. And that's just a smaller fluffy brush. Like I said, I'm going back into that Exodus color just to kind of bring it down a little and, just marry everything together. I love this little fluffy brush. I got it in a little pack from the Morphe Me subscription, and I cannot live without it. And then with the small brush, I'm going to use the color Gleam out of the Athena palette. It is a color shifting color, so it does have specks of blue and purple into it, which I thought it would just bring everything together. The purple, pretty much I only got it from his tongue. I don't even know why I thought about purple, but purple it was. Right now I'm using the Kat Von D liner just to line my eyes and give myself a small wing. We are not going that crazy on the wing. Obviously, like I've said before, that is a personal preference, but for myself, I didn't go crazy. I wanted the colors to be the center of attention and not my wing. And I'm just trying to perfect the liner here. I do bring it into my inner corner a little just to kind of extend my eye, just very, very little. And then I'm going to use this Clinique smudge proof liner, and I'm just going to line my waterline top and bottom. And that's it. And then I'm using this mattifying moisturizer from Sephora just to moisturize my face. We already know these steps. I'm also going to use my Fenty Beauty foundation to go ahead and, you know, just do my face. I'm using a Morphe brush. This is a dual fiber brush just to put on my foundation. I love the way this applies it, and then usually I go in with my beauty blender just to I like the way my beauty blender kind of soaks up excess foundation and just presses everything into my skin. For me, it gives me a flawless look. I am spraying it with some setting spray just to kind of help the foundation blend into my skin. And then I'm using the same NYX concealer to highlight my face. I'm still trying to find the perfect highlight and contour for my face. So if you guys have any tips and tricks, or if anybody has the same shape face that I do, kind of give me your you know, your suggestions in the comment section down below. Also, guys, leave me in the comment section any looks or any ideas that you might have for a video, an upcoming video. I love when you guys give me your ideas because it just helps me out so much more, because that way I know what you guys are looking for and what you want to see. Here I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder. This is just a little what is it called, little sample that I got, and I honestly fell in love with this. I'm most likely gonna go buy the full thing this weekend, so it is my go-to. I love it. I go a little overboard with it though, so don't mind me. I do for the rest of my face, in this video, I used a setting powder by Mary Kay. It's a mineral powder, and I just set the rest of my face. And then here I'm contouring with LA Girl. I believe that's cappuccino or espresso. It's espresso. And I'm using that to contour my face. And I usually use this color that's very close to my skin tone. So I use this color when I'm trying to have a very subtle contour. Then I'm just using my beauty blender for everything. I love it. I used to not be a beauty blender girl. I was a brush girl until I got this set, and I just decided to go for it, and now I cannot put this down. When I'm telling you girls that I rarely ever use brushes anymore, girl. I love my beauty blender. And here I'm just going over the setting powder again before I start blending everything. I use a small powder brush from e.l.f. to kind of brush off the excess powder before I start setting my face. And here I'm just using my beauty blender to kind of put that setting powder that I was talking about, the Mary Kay one, on the concealer before I go ahead with a brush and start blending everything together. And then these are the lashes I'm going to use. I honestly cannot remember the brand of them, but I love them. They are so big and fluffy. I just adore them. And then for lipstick, I'm going to go ahead and use this lipstick by Live Glam. It is called Sip Happens, and it is a very like a wine purple type color. I love it. I am obsessed with this color. But that brings us to the end of the video. So Hope you guys like it. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on your post notifications so that YouTube notifies you every time I upload a video. Enjoy this, girls. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you in the next one.